Hola comadres, welcome back to my channel. I know it has been a very long time, but let's forget all that. Let's cut straight to the chase. As you can see from the title of my video, yes, I did title this that I do have COVID at the moment. I did end up catching it. Ya valió madre, comadres, because I finally caught it. Not proud, just shocked, because let me tell you, it's been a couple of years. Like, you guys, like, you have no idea. I've been through so much, good, bad, and in between, but I'm sure we all have. So this is gonna be a little get ready with me. I don't know how long it's gonna be. I kind of just went with the flow. Again, I am getting over COVID. Today is day 6. I tested positive on Sunday of last week, so today's Friday. So today's day 6. Am I feeling better? I am feeling way better than I did on Sunday. Way better than I did on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and even I'm feeling a little better as the day goes on. So hopefully by Sunday, I'm ready to get back into work, which takes me back into my next subject. Am I still doing real estate? I was, and then my license expired. So I had been trying to renew that. I just renewed that, I believe, back in maybe April or May. It renewed. I'm really not sure, so don't quote me on that, but I know it's been renewed. And I have also gotten my loan signing notary certification. And what that is, for those of you that don't know, I am now certified to sign off on the actual loans. You know, when you go to closing and there's someone there, usually title companies hire their own. A lot of times they don't. They hire, what do you call it? God, COVID brain. What is it called? Independent contractors. And they hire from loan signing companies, which I never even knew existed. And so I looked into it. So now I have that certification. So I am stopping there. I know you guys are like, okay, when are you going to start to do something? For those of you that don't know, don't follow me on Facebook. Also, another thing that I'm doing is I am now substitute teaching part-time. I know. Please don't ask. just hear me out. I love children. I only have 2 children of my own, but I have tons of nieces and nephews, including the ones that I gained through marriage. I love children. Anytime I can make a difference in their lives, anytime that I can make, you know, a child's day, anytime that I can make one smile, see them learn, see the light bulbs go off in their head, it's just like, oh my God, it's where my heart is, you know? And how that happened last year, when my son officially started school in person, because the year that he started school was virtual, so he didn't physically go to school until last year. I was a ball of anxiety, you guys. I cried day after day for my kids to go to school, and I just couldn't get over it. And I know that a lot of times when you have fears, you try to stay away from that fear, you avoid that fear. Sometimes I get drastic and I jump from the frying pan to the fire, which is exactly what I did. And I figured, why not? I saw an ad for the Dallas Independent School District needing substitute teachers, and I just went for it, Comadres. I wasn't sure if they were going to accept my real estate background in lieu of the teaching hours or the certification. Lo and behold, they did. So now I have been substitute teaching for almost a whole year. I cannot believe a whole year has gone by. In November, I will be officially 1 year as a part-time substitute teacher. Now, that brings me to probably where I caught COVID, because I just started the year last year. I don't have a permanent assignment anywhere. I just kind of pick and choose. You have to work at least 4 assignments per month, and to keep your teaching certification, or your teaching job position, whatever, your sub position. So I just started last Monday. If you had to, I went one day, I subbed one day for pre-K 3. Was it worth it? I would say so, because they are so cute, you guys. I subbed for the brand new kids They were entering school. They probably have never been to school before. Maybe they've gone to like preschool or something like that. But a lot of them, that was their very first day of school ever, and they were so cute. However, there were a lot of sickly ones there. I was kind of annoyed that their parents decided to send them to school that way anyway. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that's where I caught it from. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. So I have my realtor's license. I'm a general notary. I now have my loan signing agent certification, and I am a part-time substitute teacher. That is enough for me. Those are my 4 means of income right now. I'm happy, I'm satisfied, I'm stopping there. That was the goal from the very beginning, except for the substitute teaching. I knew that I wanted to get my loan signing. I knew that I wanted to get my notary. I knew that I wanted to be a realtor. I was still adamant on the 4th one being something like some type of I don't know, wholesale, resale type thing online, which I used to do that a couple years ago. I wanted to start that up again. However, since substitute teaching fell in my lap, there's my 4th one. I plan on keeping all of those for as long as I can. Oh, and then I'm still a wedding officiant. What am I talking about? 5. 5, yes. Do I do those all the time? No. Which one am I going to go with full time? I'm not sure. Whichever way the wind leads me is where I'm going right now. Right now I'm just taking it easy. Just kind of going with the flow. As you can see, I am in a different setting. I'm going to go ahead and start getting ready. Just going to be a little get ready with me. Am I going anywhere? No. I'm just going to get ready because I haven't gotten ready in days and I just feel like it. So I'm going to talk, get ready. Who knows how long this video is going to be. I'm going to try to shorten it, but you know how it goes, comadres. I'm so happy to be back. I feel a little bit out of my comfort zone, but I'm easing up as we go. So going back to my setting, this is a new setting because yes, we did finally purchase a home. Yes, we purchased a home back in May. Please don't ask how that happened because I have no idea how that happened either. Like, we're here and some days I wake up and I'm like, this is our home? This is our home. This is our home. We are responsible for this whole house. Oh my God. It happened so quickly, you guys. 1 minute, my brother-in-law was giving us the boot. The next minute, here we are, and I'm delighted. However, I am very scared. It's a very scary process for those of you who have ever purchased a home, which is pretty much all of you, and probably the last one on planet Earth, last adult over 40 to purchase a home. But yeah, for those of you who have gone through the process recently, it's very scary. I'm still a little bit nervous, but so far so good. I mean, we're making it. It's been a big adjustment, but we're happy, and I'm delighted to have my own home now. My husband worked really, really hard. I did too, but you know, he did the bulk of the working hard, and we're here. So, okay, so I am starting with this Magic Collection Rose Water. Ni sé dónde lo agarré. Comadres, like I think I got it at a beauty supply store or something, but I like to use it in the summertime because it just primes my face really nice, and then once I have my makeup on, if I've been outdoors, it kind of refreshes my makeup as well. So I put that on, I'll let that dry. I have already straightened my hair. No, I'm not going anywhere. I don't plan on going anywhere. Duh, I can't. But like I said, I haven't gotten ready in days, so that's why I decided to hop on here and just talk to you guys. I have nothing better to do. Ando sin que hacer, so I figured I would hop on here and say hello. My hair, I don't know what's going on with it, comadres. It is what it is. I've been coloring it just using the box color. I wanted it that reddish copper color for a long time. As a matter of fact, I still want it that way, but it's just been a process. And then I want, you know, I start, then I give up, then I start, then I give up, then I start, then I give up. Currently, I have started again. I started with giving myself coconut oil treatments. A ver si crezca o algo, because I do want it a little bit longer. And then I'll start to recolor it again. In the meantime, I don't use anything special in my hair. I've been using this Manzanilla Greasy Gold Luces Doradas. I have no clue what this is. I bought it in the Mexican aisle of CVS. I don't know if it's lightening my hair or not, but whatever. And then this is the Aussie Glossified Glossing Spritz. Just put a little bit of that in my hair after I have straightened it. Not sure if it's doing anything for my hair or not, but here we are. So we're gonna get started. Let's see. All of my makeup, most of it, like 99% of it, is gonna come from dollar store, beauty supply, Shop Miss A, because we do have a local Shop Miss A, or probably drugstore. I don't think I have any high-end makeup in here. If I do, I will let you guys know what it is. But for starters, I'm gonna mix these two. These are the Shop Miss A AOA Studio brand buildable. One of them is a buildable satin foundation, and the other is just a Pro Wear foundation. I'm not sure what this does, but I like to mix them and go from there. I do have my handy dandy mirror here. You just caught a glimpse of my bedroom. So if it's a little bit loud, we do have a window unit in here. Yes, we do have central heat and air. However, this back room, this is a remodeled home, so I think this was an add-on, and I don't think it's quite insulated. And here in Texas, it's been like, oh my God, it's been hot, like really hot. It's been like in the hundreds for the longest time. So I'm very hot natured, so I begged my husband to put that window unit in here, just in our bedroom, because it's the only place that seems to be too hot for comfort for me right now. So that's on. Let's see, we're already at 12 minutes. Let's see how long it takes me to do this. I'm gonna put these clips back in my hair. These clips, I also bought them at Shop Miss A. I think they were like a pack of 4 for 99 cents, which is not bad at all. Let's see. I've told y'all about our house. I've told y'all what I've been doing. What else? As far as me getting COVID, let me see if I can run you through our whole COVID situation starting back in January. For New Year's Eve, my family decided to have a get together because we hadn't gotten together officially in some years. Like, it had been some years since we got together. A couple of years since the pandemic, like 2 years. That was a long time for us because we were used to getting together just about every holiday, you know, birthday, whatever. And come on. Oops, I put a little too much. And oh my God, Comadres, you know what? I totally forgot to bring something to put this on with. Chihuahuas, let's see if I can find a brush in here or something. It's like that I don't have to pause you guys. I might have to pause you guys because I don't have anything to put this on with. Hold on just a second, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I'm just using this little flat stipple brush. Is that what you call it? Again, it is by AOA. It's nothing fancy, just the Shop Miss A brand. Anyway, going back to what I was saying, we had a New Year's Eve gathering at my sister's, and it just seemed like, let me see, that was on a Sunday. No, that was on a, wait. Me vale madre, I don't know what day it was, but we had that get together, and then that was New Year's Eve. On New Year's Day, my niece came over. My niece, through marriage, came over, and her mom had been sick during Christmas. She had COVID during Christmas. I figured it was okay for her to come because it was already New Year's Eve, and it was already, what, you know, 7 days, 8 days, whatever. And to be honest, guys, by this time I really wasn't worried about it anymore because nobody had caught it yet. And at least nobody in our household had caught it. You know, I had been around other people, you know, in my distant family and friends and co-workers, things like that. So I really was starting to let loose and let my guard down. So I let her come over. She said she wasn't sick. She said she hadn't been feeling sick at all. Is that toothpaste? Siempre. Siempre. I didn't even notice that was there. So I let her come over, and turns out she was probably already infected. She just didn't know herself. That's usually how it starts. And I think that my son caught it from her, because the next day he was going to, the next day was Monday. So that was, okay, so New Year's Eve was on Saturday. She came over on Sunday. On Monday, they wanted my kids to go to get tested at the school because they had to go back to school that Tuesday. I think that's how it went. And that is the only way that I knew that my son was infected. That's the only way I knew that he had COVID. Had it not been for that, he didn't have any symptoms. He didn't have fever. He was his normal self. Everything was fine and nothing was wrong. That's the only way I knew. When my husband called to tell me, I about fell out of my chair. I thought he was joking. I'm like, that's got to be the sickest joke ever. And when I realized he wasn't, I was like, what? He does? And she was like, yeah, really. And to think he wasn't going to take my son, because the only reason I sent my daughter was so that she'd get her booster. My son had already gotten his vaccine like a week prior. That's another thing. He had just gotten his vaccine. So I'm like, no, he's fine. Don't take him. Just leave him here. He's like, no, I'll take him to get him out of the house for the ride. I said, okay, that's fine. Y fíjate, comadres, that he's the only one out of us four that tested positive at that time. So when my husband wanted to tell me, I was just like, okay, fine. Bring him home. We'll do what we need to do. No big deal. Since he was not symptomatic, I really wasn't freaking out. I was just kind of like, oh, okay. Because I had heard that too, that some people got it. Those that were not vaccinated got it a little bit worse. Oftentimes they got it a little bit worse than those that were vaccinated. And some people got it and they didn't even know they had it, which was the case with my son. So, by the way, if this foundation looks a little bit light for me, I'm going to even it out with the powder in just a minute. I have a light powder, and I have a dark powder, and I have a medium powder. So what happens as these seasons change, I know we all go through this, our skin either lightens or darkens due to the sun. Right now it is summertime, so my skin is a little bit darker. So this might look a little bit too light. What happens is I let it oxidize, and then I fix it with powder, okay? A little disclaimer again, like I always say, I'm not a makeup artist, you guys, so please go easy on me. I don't know what I'm doing, so if you have any tips, please feel free to give them to me, because that would be way better than like dogging me. Come on, don't come for me. Just let me do my makeup in peace, okay? Like I said, if you have any tips, let me know. This is the way I've always put makeup on. Nobody taught me how to put makeup on the right way. I just kind of learned over the years and through YouTube and here and there. So anyway, back to what I was saying. My son came home, and long story short, I started to get phone calls from my sisters telling me that they were testing positive. Their kids were testing positive. Their husbands were testing positive. Whoever went to that party was starting to test positive. Like, we were dropping like flies. I say we, but I still hadn't tested positive yet. I was sitting there like in awe, because I'm like, what happened? We had one little party, and here everybody's testing positive now. Somebody at that party was sick. I'm convinced somebody was infected, or my niece that came over that Sunday was already infected and she gave it to my son. I don't know, whichever way it went, like it was everywhere. Like the way it is now, that's the way it was in January. Like, and then it's funny because everybody I talked to, they had it in January. They had it in January. They had it in January. I'm like, wow, the whole entire earth was sick in January. Like, God, it's amazing how this thing works. Anyway, long story short, throughout that week, we kept testing ourselves to make sure that we were still okay. My son, thank God, praise God, thank God. I mean, gracias a Diosito, because he remained pretty much symptom free. Like, he didn't even know he was sick. I didn't tell him. He didn't know he was sick. He just had to be out from school, and he was wondering why his sister got to go to school and he didn't. And I felt so bad, but I just kept telling him that, you know, somebody else in his class probably had the virus, and that, you know, for precaution, they were splitting up the class and having half of them go and half of them stay home. So half of them staying home. So he bought that, thank God. Anyway, up until that Friday, we all kept testing negative. My daughter tested positive on Sunday. My husband tested positive on Monday. However, once again, they had symptoms. Oh, I didn't even show you the powder. Hold on. This powder is a Nika K powder. Again, this is from the beauty supply store. It's just in the color natural. It's just pressed powder. It's all dirty y chuleado because, like I said, makeup's not my thing. So I just kind of toss whatever, wherever, okay? Don't come for me. Anyway. So now my son has it, my husband has it, and my daughter has it. I don't have any symptoms. I was kind of starting to feel like I did, but thank God, you know, they managed to go away, and it turns out that they made it through COVID. They got over it. They went back to school. We all went back to work, because I did take off a couple of days of work just to look after them, take care of them. And that's the crazy thing, Comadres, is that I took care of them sin máscara, without gloves, without quarantine. We didn't have quarantine from each other. I didn't see the point. Because if 3 out of 4 of us had COVID and I had to take care of them, like, what was the point? There was no point. So I said, you know what? If I get it, I get it. And that's just what I'm going to have to deal with. So, gosh, I am so messy. Mira nomás. I got powder all over me. Let me go ahead and try to get this toothpaste stain out. So, yeah, we all got over it. We all went back to work, school, whatever, and life went on. We made it through the remainder of the school year without any more sickness until, I kid you not, the last week of school, me and my son got sick. And I kid you not, it felt exactly the way I feel now. It was the exact same symptoms that I'm having now with COVID, if not a little bit worse. Even my son was a little bit worse. Turns out he got diagnosed with RSV, and I just got diagnosed with it being viral. But it lasted a good 7 to 8 days. Not all days being bad, just like the first few, just like this time. I could have sworn that that's what this was this time. But we tested back in May, and get this, guys. We were sick. It was the last week of school, so there was award ceremonies, there was field day. I was subbing. I was having to do field day wherever I was at. You know, kids were getting out early. They were testing. I mean, there was so much going on. And in the midst of that, all of that, we were moving into our home. So we had un desmadre, and then we were moving into our home, and then I got sick, and then my son got sick. Well, we got sick at the same time. So we were down for a good 3 days. Pobre mijo did not make his award ceremony, but thank God he didn't test positive for COVID, strep, flu. I didn't test positive for any of that. It was the weirdest thing. I just knew we had COVID. We lost our sense of taste. We didn't lose our sense of smell, but our taste got really funky, and food just got to be a chore, and it was really weird. Anyway, moving on, I'm going to use a little bit of these Hard Candy Glamouflage makeup drops. As you can see, the color is really, really light. This I use for under my eye, and honestly, I'm looking for new techniques as far as concealer goes under my eyes, because as you guys know, I did turn 40 last year. I'll be 41 in approximately, what's today? The 12th. So in about 16 days, I will be 41. Jeez Louise. Where's my, oh. Again, I'm going to take my stipple brush. And I know it looks like a lot, but when you stipple it in, it starts to spread, and then if I need to even it out, I will. Anyway, I'm looking for new techniques because I'm getting older. My skin is changing. Obviously, when you start to get older, you start to have to do different things with your makeup. This routine, this little triangle thing, probably worked or still works for 20 somethings, 30 somethings, 40 somethings. I reckon I'm gonna have to find something new because it's starting to crack and crease no matter what concealer I use, no matter how I set it, no matter what I do to it. It's starting to crack and just look funky under there after a while. So I'm looking for new techniques. I do watch this really nice lady on TikTok. She's a little bit older. She's probably in her mid 40s, late 40s, and I love all her tips that she gives me. They work. For example, I've started to use a Vaseline stick on my face. They sell them at CVS. It's just like a little stick, and you just kind of like, you know, twist it at the bottom, and that's how the product comes up, and you just kind of like a roll on. So I roll that all over my face after I wash my face. I do that in the morning. I do it throughout the day if I'm not wearing makeup, and I do it at night. And it actually has been working wonders for me. So as far as concealer, she does have a routine on there, but I have yet to buy the product for it and like actually do it on my, I keep saying I am and I forget. Anyway, that's as far as I'm gonna start. Oh, I missed a little bit right here. All right, going back to what I was saying. So yeah, we were sick in May. Felt like the exact same thing, comadres. I did not feel any different than I felt this time. I actually felt a little bit worse then than I did this time. So fast forward, my kids just started school last Wednesday, I believe. Yeah, they just started school last Wednesday. I started my subbing assignment on Thursday. I went to one subbing assignment on Thursday, and that's it. I didn't do anything on Friday because it was my husband's birthday and we spent the day together. And so I decided not to do anything, not to go to work that day. Well, Friday morning is when I actually started feeling not sick, just kind of off, kind of tired, kind of just, you know, something was a little bit off. I sucked it up to just being tired. Chalked it up to me being tired, sorry. This is a blush that I just picked up from Dollar Tree and I actually really, really like it. I think it's by Ion Cosmetics. You can look them up on their social media. And these are the horoscope, the astrology blushes. As you can see, I have Gemini. It is in the color, I guess it's the name of the color, Gemini, because it just says peach blush. And that is what it looks like. I'm going to show you what it looks like on. I'm going to use my little mini blush brush that I picked up from Walgreens, Target. Many moons ago, like 3 or 4 years ago. So I don't have any special routine for putting on my blush either. I kind of just put it on my cheek, on my apples of my cheeks, and I kind of bring it up. And then I adjust from there. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So yeah, Friday I felt kind of off and just kind of like, okay, something's not right. Maybe I'm just tired, whatever. I didn't even think of COVID because I've tested for COVID so many times and I keep coming out negative. So I just didn't feel like I needed a test. I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna test. I'm fine. Saturday morning, I actually woke up fine. I didn't feel bad at all. Saturday morning, I was fine. I was a little bit tired, but after like a little Starbucks, I think I was fine. And then Saturday night, completely fine, nothing wrong. I'm using these wipes that I got from the Dollar Tree as well. These are the Basic Collagen Makeup Wipes. I think that's a really good deal. You get the whole pack for $1. They come in a pack of 60, I believe. Yep, 60 wipes. And that is what I'm using for makeup wipes right now. I know my blush is very uneven. I'm about to fix that. Anyway, Sunday morning, I woke up with the worst sore throat. I mean, the worst. Like, I couldn't even, it was bad. And it immediately brought me back to May. I thought, oh my God, I'm catching this viral crap again. I thought it was because of the cold air. I like to have cold air even, like, I like to be cold even in the winter. I don't like artificial heat. I hate artificial heat. So in the summer when it's hot inside the house, I cannot stand it because I'm prone to migraines and it gives me a migraine. So immediately I was like, it's, you know, I'm not having this again. I'm not getting this viral crap again. Let me start taking vitamins. Let me start taking Mucinex. I started doing everything that I was doing back in May to help me feel better because I did not want to go through that again because it was a living nightmare. Something inside of me was like, you know what? Let me just test just to be on the safe side. I don't know. I didn't think I was going to come back positive, you guys. I really did not. I was so surprised when my husband tested me. And he's like, babe, it's your turn. And I'm over here looking off into space because I'm laying down on the bed and I'm turned this way and I'm looking into space. By the way, we got a new bed. This is our new bed. I downsized big time. I don't know if you guys remember, my other bed had like built-in shelves and built-in drawers on the bottom. I got rid of that bed and just downsized and got a minimalist bed. And we actually love it. We love it, love it, love it. We don't know what took us so long to get one of these beds. We got it on Amazon for less than $200 without the mattress, so still a good deal. Anyway, back to what I was saying. I'm laying down on the bed. I'm staring off into space, thinking he's gonna tell me negative. I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna go about my day, and that's gonna be it. When he said, babe, it looks like it's your turn, I was like, my turn for what? And he's like, you're positive. And I'm like, what? And I couldn't believe it. I think I'm still shocked today. I could not believe that I was positive. I'm like, are you sure? And I looked at the test and I'm like, oh my God, it was as clear as day. And he said it popped up like quick. He said it took no time to pop up. I'm like, oh my God, that's crazy. I could not believe it. So that was on Sunday. I felt okay except for my throat. That was the only thing that was bugging me. I did have something to do for work. Really quick, I had to go notarize a couple of things, and I didn't want to not do that. But what I ended up doing was just masking up, gloving up, telling the people that I was going to go notarize for that I did have COVID. They were okay with leaving their stuff outside on the porch in a Ziploc bag. I got there, I sanitized everything before I put it all back. I was wearing gloves and I did what I had to do, put it back. And as of that I know of today, no one has caught COVID over there, so thank God. Anyway, on the way home, me valió madre because I literally just tanked. Like, I tanked. I got a severe migraine out of nowhere. I don't know where that migraine came from. I all of a sudden felt like I was gonna barf. I felt like I was gonna throw up. Like, I mean, I was dizzy. I felt feverish. I was like, oh my God, I'm tanking fast. I better hurry to get home. I got home. I crawled into bed. I took some nausea meds and I took some migraine medication. And I just immediately, like 30 minutes later, I felt better again. I think my worst day has been Tuesday. So I will go ahead. I'm almost done with my makeup and this video is getting really long. So I'm about to wrap everything up. I hope I've given y'all a good like summary of everything that, you know, you guys have been wondering about. I know that, you know, disappearing and coming back and disappearing and coming back is not ideal. And hopefully this is the start of, you know, me coming back to my channel because I do miss it. I really, really do. And it has been my intention to come back for a long time. I just haven't had the time or the motivation, to be honest with you, with everything that was going on. Now that everything has settled into place, I feel like I can come back. Anyway, let me go ahead and finish. Let me wrap up my little story or whatever. The worst for me has been definitely the sore throat. And only because I couldn't swallow. I couldn't talk. It hurt to cough. And then when I started developing like congestion, it hurt even more, like to loosen up the congestion. So Mucinex was my friend. I stayed on that religiously, and it actually helped tremendously. It helped with the pain. It helped loosen up all that stuff in there quicker. And I stayed on vitamins. I stayed on elderberry multivitamins, and then I got some Sambucol, which is kind of like oxycinocolum, if you guys know what that is. It kind of just staves off the symptoms. It's not a miracle cure, but it does help, and it staves off your symptoms a little bit, makes them a little bit more milder, I think. I stayed on Tylenol, Motrin, Dayquil, and then I took a little something for nausea here and there. My doctor did prescribe me something for COVID, and lo and behold, our insurance did pay for it. We paid $0 out of pocket, which was great. So if you guys do have insurance, you might want to double check that, because that was amazing. I was so happy with that. I didn't get to take it because by the time they filled it, that was another story. By the time they filled it, I didn't think I needed it anymore. This is Ruby Kisses. This is just a nude liner that I'm using to line my lips. I'm trying to decide what lipstick to put on. I'm not going anywhere. I haven't put on makeup in 7 days. Let's see. Yeah, that was my worst, I think. And then, so Sunday night was bad. And then maybe like, I'd say like Tuesday night maybe was bad. And maybe Wednesday during the day was bad. And that was it. Everything else is manageable with over-the-counter medication, which is what I recommend. I mean, I'm not a doctor. In no means am I a doctor, or do I have any knowledge of anything like that. But that is what helped me get through it. And a lot of fluids. Like literally stay on fluids. I drink a mix of water and Powerade, which I literally mean, like, I filled my cup up with like this much water, and then the rest Powerade and the rest ice, and that helped so much on my throat. Like, it relieved my throat so much. I did use a little bit of the chloroseptic spray for your throat that numbs it. That helped it tremendously. And that was it, you guys. All that stuff, I know it sounds like a lot, but I used it throughout the day and the night. I didn't use it all together all at one time. It was, overall throughout the days and nighttime as I needed it. Okay, I think my time is about to run out actually on my phone. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you my lip product. This is Velvet Lip Mousse by LA Colors. I don't know the shade though. Oh, it says it's in the shade Silky. Of course, I did get it from the Dollar Tree. I am gonna plump my lips with this Glossy by LA Colors. I think, oh no, by LA Girl, sorry. I think I got this at like Dollar General or Family Dollar for like $1.50 or $2. And I'm just gonna go over it. And that's it, you guys. That is my routine. I have lipstick in my teeth. And yes, you guys, I am still working on my teeth. It has been a long journey. Hopefully within the next year I complete everything, because it is very expensive. It's a process, it's painful, and all the above. So that is still work in progress. Other than that, here is my look. Let's see. I don't think I have any. Oh yeah, I do. This is the setting spray that I have in here. This is the Makeup Revolution Hydrate and Fix Radiance Makeup Fixing Spray. Long wear oil control with hyaluronic acid, which I have been loving for my face, by the way. If you need something to fix your skin, whether you have oily or dry skin, I strongly recommend hyaluronic acid. This, I got it at Target, and as you can see, I do love it because it's almost empty. So I'm gonna go ahead and just spray this, and that's it, I'll be done. I do have another story time that I want to do. I don't know when I'm gonna do that. And then I have some perfume videos that I've been wanting to do as well. Again, who knows when I'll get to it. Please be patient with me. I do want to start my channel over again and be a little bit more consistent, just because I miss doing this, and I miss, you know, talking to all you guys. I do watch your videos. It's just, I don't know. I feel like if I watch your videos and I comment and I interact with you guys, I've always felt like you guys were going to start asking me questions, and I never knew, like, I don't like to answer questions when my life is in limbo, because I never know what's happening. So anyways, you guys, thank you so much for those of you who did stay to the duration of this video. You guys know I love to talk. Hopefully I answered all your questions. I will be back hopefully soon, and I will see you guys later. Bye, comadres.